Ayo, it's Pikmin, but a little bit different. Salutations, everybody. Welcome to, I almost said welcome back to us, but welcome to, well, Pikmin Randomizer. I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory, but if not, I'll just go through it very, very briefly. So for this, literally all that's randomized, as far as I'm aware of at least, is all the enemies. So our first enemy, which would usually be a poppy or, the little mere grubs or whatever they're called, cheer grubs, whatever, it might be one of those, but chances are it's going to be something different. Hoping it's not going to be a Smoky Krog, because yes, those guys are actually in, the enemy shuffle, whatever you like to call it. But also the ship parts should also be in different places as well. I don't know if they're, placed scattered all around, or if it's just one replaces another part or not. I'm not really sure about that. So I only did this once, and big oof, there goes Olimar. Goodbye. But also, this is one of the most easiest, randomizers to set up, because all you need to do is go to Minty Mio's. I don't know if they have a site or not, but I'll put down in the description down below where I actually got the code and everything. You just need to place it inside a gecko code, whether it's in Dolphin Emulator, which is what I'm using, or putting it inside, like the GameCube or the Wii, whatever you're going to be playing it on. And that's pretty much just a brief summary of what this randomizer is, because there's not much to explain. But here we are, and I'm just going to skip all this dialogue because I assume that if you have, played a randomizer, but also are watching a randomizer, you have already, played this game or beaten this game. Also, we will have to take care of that little, bull bear baby there. Okay, I believe there's also water dumplings there, because I've had that happen, but I believe it's usually a water dumpling and these guys that are in randomizer for the enemies, but regardless, we gotta take care of this guy first before we pluck that Pikmin out, just in case, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now it's just to pluck out this flower as soon as Olimar is like, yo, let's go. There's some things on the ground, but also part of this randomizer is the pluckaphone, which is interesting how that's actually just automatically in the background of the game. By automatically, I mean it's in the data files, I believe, but it's interesting how it's just in there, but it wasn't actually utilized. And I wonder why that is. Maybe they just ran out of time, or maybe they ran out of space, because obviously this was one of their first GameCube games, if I remember correctly. It was definitely, obviously, the first Pikmin game. It's not like Animal Crossing, which is, something completely different for the first game, which in itself is also very interesting. And now that means if we have three of these guys, we can just, not worry about getting any less Pikmin. Not that we're going to be worrying about that, but now I'm just going to go do a quick sweep around here and just get, the pellet posies. The seed and the onions dropped, but did they really drop anything? All of our, you literally just looked at it and that was it. But anyways, I'm just gonna do a quick sweep around here and just get all the pellet posies and everything just out of the way, and I'll meet you guys back at the ship part, which I believe we already looked at. Oh yeah, these little bugs that were just swarming around there, I think those are kind of interesting because those are technically enemies. And the reason why I know that is because on my little personal, file of this game, that actually got replaced by something. Bugs in here, which I don't know why. Oh, there they are. Sometimes they just don't show up. But I believe they were sheer grubs for me. I was just like, oh, okay, did not expect that, but we take it. Oh, I love having the pluckaphone. But also, for whatever reason, I always thought this first little box needed 20 Pikmin. I was like, I hope we'll have enough. And I went to look at it, it's like, nope, that's literally all we need. But also like how in this game we were literally in space. We had these tiny little things, and we end up going to Earth after a nuclear area. It's just like, bruh. But it's also interesting how, the first tutorial, usually there isn't any enemies. Nope. Oh, well, there's a prog back there. I'm glad that it's stuck in the water though, where it can't attack us, otherwise that would have been a big oof. And I don't believe we can actually get to that side right now. No. Not unless you have Louie or someone in this game. Now imagine if there was already two people that were originally going to be programmed in this game. Oh, and we got close enough to a ship part that it's like, Yo, what's up? It's the ship part over here. I also like how freaking shiny it is. I'm also glad that it's also the only other enemy that's actually in here, because I thought that there would also be pearls in the background, but I guess that really proves that there is actually no other enemies that should be in here. Oh, and there they are, bringing it in there. Oh yeah, babies. I like how the ship pretty much is just magnetized, and don't know why I didn't realize it until now that it pretty much just like sucks it in. Like, how does it do that? Does it use a giant magnet to suck in the other ship parts? And does it also mean that the ship is really just together intact by giant magnets or something like that? I don't know why I'm suddenly just questioning all of this. I was gonna say, why is there only like one Pikmin over there? I guess it was the only one that was actually on Olimar after all the Pikmin kind of came together. And I also find it really interesting how in this game, the Pikmin that aren't actually with Olimar just turn into like this like grayish color, kind of like this sig. And then in the second and third game, that's just not a mechanic in there. I kind of wonder why that is. So it would be pretty important if you were just like, idolizing way across the map and you didn't realize one of the Pikmin wasn't with you. That would have been a big oof. But either way, that is day 1. Now, I'll just meet you guys in day 2. And here we go, into the Forest of Hope. But also, since I took a quick drink of delicious coconut water between, these days, make sure you guys stay hydrated. I know it's still cooling down and everything, but if you're in places like here, which we still have a little bit of like a heat wave, it's really important to stay hydrated, so hydration check of the day. But also, a question was that for you guys. What kind of drinks do you like to drink? So obviously I like coconut water, because I just said that I was drinking that, but I also really love drinking teas. And what are things that you might have allergies to? Because that's something that, people talk about, as I completely missed this. Now try to get as much Pikmin to get that as possible. There we go. Oh, another interesting discovery. A yellow nectar. Oh, come back here. All you guys. Come on, silly boos. And now we got this selfie. Why did it take you that long to get back to Olimar? But anyways, so we're just going to mainly focus on just getting Pikmin numbers up for at least a little bit, because obviously ship parts are important, but we should also try to get as many, Pikmin numbers up. I was going to say, is there going to be no nectar that disappears here? Now that's something that's also really interesting, like, why is it, like, almost RNG to get all these nectars? Okay, for a moment I thought the little can that has all the bomb rocks in it was a prog, and I was just about to be really scared. So speaking of which, there's one right over there with a blowhog, so hopefully that won't make its way over to our Pikmin. Aw yeah, little guys, you get that gate down. And now we're just gonna swarm these enemies, but big oof because we got these guys, which sucks for us because unlike the other games, if you get hit by that once, your Pikmin are just screwed after that. It's like, bruh. Also, now it's a time where I just grab only these, and then any other corpses will be left for yellow Pikmin. That was really satisfying, both picking out all the little Pikmin off of there, but also, straight up just eating those guys like that. It's like, now you're gonna try to get away, but I don't think so, you little stinky wasps. I don't know why they're stinky, why I had to call them stinky, but you know what? It's fine, we go with it. But now we got this dude, which is where we might lose a lot of our Pikmin, and that is a big no. Now I'm hoping that, the prog is not over here, which is good. But we do have a dumpling over there, which is really awkward for us. But we'll just leave them a little bit to the side over there, because that means at least a swarm around it, as long as we're not around it. But we also gotta be careful about the bull bear, which I think all we really need to do is sneak up behind it and then swarm, if I remember correctly. So now it's just getting the numbers up for our dear little yellow Pikmin over here. So here's a question for you guys as well. What is your best strategy for Pikmin games? Because I've actually only really played Pikmin, like the first game, in Randomizer. And then I've never actually played the vanilla. Yes, get him, little guys. Just gonna do a big swarm over here. Perfect. Now collect this little yellow Pikmin, and I'll also get our other Pikmin over here just to get, you know, the ship part over there. So at least at the end of the day, we'll at least get one. And now we also have our little yellow Pikmin over here too. Let's try to get that little dude. There we go, because we do have pellets over here that we can just launch over there like that. And I forgot that Olimar was like, yo, let's go, ship part over here. And beautiful. That's literally all our Pikmin, which means once we get this little guy over there and the other two, then we're just gonna collect all the pellets around. I like how all the little red Pikmin are just like, yo, we can help you guys over here, and then they like end up like splitting up. Now I'm hoping that if we grab this, that majority of the yellow Pikmin will grab it, and good, that is the case, because sometimes the red Pikmin will just be like, no, we're gonna take this to the ship instead. It's just like, bruh, that's not what we wanted. Just like that. It's like, dude, stop trying to steal the yellow Pikmin to pick pellets and stuff like that. You silly billies. And now is where we will get our bomb rocks over here. I like how it literally just looked at the freaking can. It's like, yes, because that does a lot for us. It's like, bruh. But also one thing that I do know what's not to do is to call bomb Pikmin that are currently inactive. Otherwise it'll be a big oof. Now that we're separate over here, I think we should only need 3 for this side. And that is the case. Okay, we also have lots of just a cluster of enemies just over that way. It's like, whew, we got over this side. We just tried to get some these bomb rocks over here. But we got a Muta and a spotted Bulborb. And there we go. And that grabs that, which I don't believe there's a part over there. Oh, that's the wrong thing I wanted to do. Now we'll just grab all of these guys because, well, the worst that's going to happen is that we're going to get yeeted, but we will definitely throw one of the rocks. Nope. We're gonna throw one of the rocks in the middle. Apparently we're just going to throw 2 instead. Little sacrifices. And that should blow them all up. Yes. Ew. You little dude. No. Little sacrifice. But that's okay. Now, we as well just throw those 2, which of course, that will happen. And big oof for our little friend over here. But, you know, that's just a part of Pikmin. This is already very chaotic off the bat. I am so sorry, little Pikmin, because Olimar just got ruined as well from the fire. And now you guys are over there. I feel so bad. But, you know what, that is okay, because, well, we'll just be careful now, because she's saying that Prog's over there. But on the plus side, that means that Prog should also be gone in the next day as well, once you get over here. At least I sure hope so. Oh, not quite enough. Just gonna throw all this up there and hope that we can at least get really close, or as close as possible, to the ship before it is the end of the day. Guys, could you not go that way? I do not want to burn our Pikmin just like that, because they die so quickly. But also, they're just going to run into the Prog, which we don't want. So, we're just going to run away from there now, and we're just going to maybe go, I think it's safe to go to sunset, but we don't know where all the Pikmin are though, which is okay. As we just do that, I'm going to assume there's going to be some by the ship though, because if anything, it's 2, but we don't even have a radar. I don't know where our Pikmin are, but all we can do is just go to sunset, because Olimar is about to die, and we don't want that. He is the captain. It looks like one, so it looks like at least 2 of them are going to be left behind, or at least one of them is going to be left behind, which is really sad, but it's also a part of Pikmin, so that sometimes you just lose where the Pikmin are, and they're just like, yeah, we're just going to get wrecked at the end of the day. Thanks so much, guys. As I spell all over myself, but let's see if there's any Pikmin that were actually left behind, and oh, it was one little yellow Pikmin. I am so sorry, little dude, but also, for that other like Bulborb we stuck behind there. But man, I'm hoping that we'll be able to find the radar ship part so we can actually see our Pikmin on the map like that. But for now, we shall leave it here. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, slap the subscribe button, say something down in the comments down below, and yeah, just do what you do, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.